Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to learn about how to play against the Petroff defense. But before we get into that, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more great opening videos. So the Petroff defense is a super solid, super defensive opening. You'll see it in the World Cup a bunch. A bunch of Grandmasters played it because they needed draws as black in those elimination type tournaments. So here, instead of going to the Petroff with knight takes e5, we're actually going to go knight c3, making it 4 knights. Here, if they do go bishop b4, we can take here, castle, knight to d3, and now if take on c3, take, knight takes e4, bishop b2, we're going to castle kingside, and here we're going to have the bishop pair. And here, basically no weaknesses, even though we have a double pawn here, this double pawn chain is still very solid, so no issues with that. But most of the time, you're just going to see knight c6. So here, all the knights are going to join the round table. So now we're going to make this important move, a3. The idea with a3 is it's a good waiting move, and it stops bishop b4 and a bunch of variations. I actually had a game against an IM a couple years ago. I was actually getting smashed, but I found a way to draw, and he played a3 against me, and I was super confused. So here, we're going to look at all these variations. So now if bishop c5, we can do the fork trick. So take on e5. So take on e5, if first bishop takes f2, king takes here d4, and here, even though our king is kind of in danger, we have the center and there's no way to get to this king. So here after h3, bishop e3, getting our pieces out, e5, d5 at some point, we're going to have a very good position as white. And here the computer eval is about +1. So here, instead of bishop takes f2, not e3. You're gonna see knight takes e5, and after d4, bishop d6. If take, queen takes, we have a very nice position. We have the bishop pair, and we're probably gonna castle queenside and push our pawns against this king. So here, most likely you'll see bishop d6. Now instead of taking straight up, which we can do, we're gonna try f4, knight g6, and now e5. We have these pawns are super strong, even though we're down a piece. We can get him back at any time. Here, even bishop d3 is very playable. And this is very good for white. So bishop c5, that fork trick is kind of going to basically refute it. Now let's look at g6. If g6, we just play bishop to c4. Here, if knight takes e4, they try the fork trick. We can play take, d5, and now we can take on d5. Because if queen takes, knight f6 check, forking the king and the queen, and we would be completely winning. So instead, you'll probably see bishop g7. Now you go d3, castle, bishop g5. We're going to go knight d5, queen d2, castle queenside, bishop h6, h4, and we have a great attack here. This position is very nice for white. So g6, we shouldn't ever be worried about. Now a6, if they try to make a waiting move, now we can go d4. So we were never really going to go bishop b5, but in a lot of variations, black wants to go bishop b4. So a6 isn't really useful, but a3 is super useful. Now if take on d4, knight takes, bishop c5, we go bishop e3. If castle, we have this tactic take on c6, and we're going to pick up this bishop because his queen is under attack, so he has to capture on c6. So we're going to have a very nice position here. So here, if a6, not very good for black, we can just go d4. Now bishop e7, once again, we can go d4. This a3 move also being very important in this variation because it covers b4. So take, knight takes, castle, and here we can just take on c6. Take, bishop d3. Now we're going to castle, play f4, e5 at some point, and have some kingside prospects in this open position. So that's what we're going to do there. Now instead of bishop e7, we might see d5. So d5 is when they try to play ambitiously. So here we're going to go bishop b5 immediately. So here, if take on e4, we can simply take here, castle, rook e1, get this pawn. We're probably going to get bishop d7, take the bishop at some point, or probably take the bishop immediately. And here we'll have the bishop pair, and this pawn is going to be super weak. So here, most likely, they'll go to d4. Now knight e2. Once again, they can't really take on e4 because this e5 pawn is going to go. And then d4 will also be weak. So bishop d6, d3, h6, c3. We can also try to go h3, g4, But here, since this center is kind of over pushed, we can go c3 to undermine it. And here we can also go into this position where we have this weakness over here. Probably bishop e3, attack on the c file. And here, this d3 pawn we don't have to worry about too much. So that's how you're going to play against the Petroff. And if you play the 4 knights, you can also just look at this video to see how to play the 4 knights. There are other variations, but of all of them, I think this is the best one and gives white some very unique playing chances. So hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure to check out wolfchess.org for great lessons, puzzles, and videos. And hope you guys were entertained.